right, 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Caroline Baldwin is in the studio. If you have any questions about your garden, you're invited to call in during this hour-long show. The number is 622-9622. If you're tuning in on the internet and you're not in our area code, then the area code that you need to dial is 352. So 352-622-9622. We look forward to your calls, and in fact, we invite your calls. And good morning, Caroline.
Good morning, Larry. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good.
I was looking at the thing to see if any of this ice. There's a big ice storm that the Weather Channel keeps talking about, and I don't think it's coming to us. I think we're once again spared the wrath of winter.
Yes. I mean, we had enough of it. I mean, there was 48 hours of it.
So what was somebody posted to you about thunder? So
it was I think I'm the one who posted.
Oh,
thunder.
You posted
thunder.
We
had that thunderstorm on Friday. I mean, that was a massive.
So that counts as the first.
That was actually the week before, the cold front we had before.
Right.
I didn't actually hear thunder. Somebody else did. I had seen lightning with it, so I'm figuring. I may not have heard the thunder because I think I was in my car, and so it may have been some distant thunder. So this storm we had on Friday may have been thunderstorm number 2. Or should have been.
And what's your rule again?
It's 3. My prognostication. Forget the groundhog. After the first day of winter, which is December 21st, we need 3 thunderstorms to usher in spring.
So with 2 down, one more to go.
One more to go, and we should have spring right around the corner at that point.
And it works every time, huh?
It does seem to. I mean, we'll find out one year, and then it'll never be good again. Once it goes totally horrible.
And it falls apart. All right, let me go to the phone. We got a few callers calling in. Good morning. You'll be first. Good morning. You're on the air with Caroline.
Okay, I'm first. Thank you.
Morning.
Friday night, Saturday morning, 8 a.m. That storm was a beauty. A lot of lightning and a lot of thunder.
Yep.
4 inches of rain in my gauge.
Yeah, and I know. I know Kathy Snyder had almost 6. Yeah, it was a frog strangler there. That was just but though it was a lot of water, and at least it did. I think it did benefit the landscape, not just that we got the grass watered and stuff, but to help our more hardy plants go through that cold spell that we just had, because we haven't been cold. We have not been seasonally cold.
No.
We are, I guess, the rest of the week we will be, but.
We had late Friday night. We had a very nice, steady to moderate rain for several hours before I guess the squall line came through. I think it woke me up about 2:00 in the morning. Then we must have got 1.5 inches, 2 inches, just in about I would say half an hour, 45 minutes of that storm. But it was just wonderful. So to me, it was a drought breaker, and I can relax a little bit now. I don't have to worry about my bushes and stuff.
No. At least for a couple of weeks, it should be good. And depending on what the weather brings, at least the end of this week, I guess through the end of the week, we should be seasonal. Mid 70s, I think, for the highs is what I'm seeing. Maybe low 80, with the night times going down into the 40s and 50s. So that's where wintertime's supposed to be.
In Florida, yeah.
In Florida, at least here. So let's hope, we don't mind finishing out the winter with that, except I do hate wearing coats.
Okay, I really called I got a big project. I need some advice now. I had another large tree removed from my backyard.
Okay.
And I had the stump ground out, so I got a pile of what I call sawdust back there.
Yeah.
I raked it around a little bit, and then what I did, I drove my car in the backyard, and I drove over several times to flatten it down real nice, which it did.
Okay.
But the question is, eventually probably put seed, maybe a sod, but I think I'm going to go with seed. Can I put a half an inch or an inch of black soil over that sawdust and plant my seed, or should I remove the sawdust?
I would probably be trying to get rid of some of that sawdust, because what's going to happen is when that breaks down, it's of course going to begin to sink in. It's going to compost itself, but until it does, it's stealing nitrogen. And while it's breaking down, it's stealing nitrogen out of the soil, away from the ground that's there. So if you can remove some of that, and then whatever's left that, you can't get rid of all of it kind of thing, I would then be mixing my soil amendment in, whether or not you're using something like the Black Cow. I try to stay away from topsoil only because topsoil is not weed free. And if you're looking to do something in the lawn, why bring weeds in to start with? That's,
okay. Can I mix that topsoil with the fertilizer?
I wouldn't. I would either get a starter fertilizer or use the lawn soil, or if you're using something like a manure, like like the Black Cow, Black Velvet, or something like that, that's going to feed the grass seed that you would put in, say, in March or April. That's good. That's going to be enough. And then, you could always get a bag of, like, say, starter fertilizer, a small bag of starter fertilizer, which is going to have the phosphorus and things like that in it. That's going to help with the root development. But to just mix it into the soil, I probably wouldn't, just because it might get a little, could be a little strong. Just work that, if you're going to leave some of that sawdust, work it in good with some, with some manure or some type of soil amendment, and let it sit until March, and that way that should actually begin to break down and should be good for you.
Yeah, I would like to lay the soil down now because I want to see how much it's going to settle before I do anything, let's say in the beginning of April. So I think I'll do that and then just hold on. And then I would think early April is good enough for seed if I go that route, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, that would be, because that way we're consistently warm, rains maybe getting ready to kick up, or at least while you're watering, it shouldn't be so excessive on temperatures that you get a good start on it.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much.
All righty. Have a great day.
Thank you for calling.
Okay.
And let's invite more callers. I saw some people trying to get and they gave up. So this is a good time to try. 622-9622 if you have a question for Carol Ann. Yeah, I'm looking at the 10-day forecast. It does not look like winter at all.
No.
We're done with winter.
No, it's we could get hit with something else, and it is one of those things of when you look, for those folks, and I know a lot of our listeners are from around here, they've been here for years and years and years, but you figure hopefully we get a couple listeners that are new to the area every so often, and that if they do look at a weather map, how all this stuff seems to end at the Florida line.
Yeah.
And that has to do with the Gulf and the Atlantic.
Yeah.
As a peninsula, we're kind of protected and isolated from that. And that's, makes us happy, though we hate when it really drops down. I know I do.
Oh, when the temperature drops down.
When the temperature drops way down. Give me 90 degrees any day. When it's down below 50, I'm not real happy.
And you have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. That thunderstorm the other night, my kitty cat hopped up on my blanket and said, "Protect me!" Oh, gosh, he was shivering, and oh boy.
Yeah, that was and I hate to say that I hear that it was a fantastic storm. I slept through it, but that's because I get up at 4 a.m. when I'm dead asleep at 2 o'clock in the morning, so. But I heard that was a pretty rough storm.
Yeah, I bet the cat was frightened. It's animals are that way. Right?
Animals, I
always wonder about the animals in nature, like the squirrels. Are they frightened, or do they just say, we got this?
They burrow down inside their little.
Well, it's the difference between a house cat and a feral.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you, Jim.
Okay, have a good morning.
Thank you. You too.
We're up against the break, Carol Ann, so we'll take that break and we'll be right back. If you would like to call in, the number is 622-9622. I would encourage you to keep listening. We've got a really good prize on Carol Ann's show today. We've got a couple of tickets to the Italian Cirque Italia, which they call the Water Circus.
Right.
We got $20 for Bob Wine's Community Gardens and Nursery, and we've got
tickets to the Civic Theater.
Yes, to the show called The Fantastics.
There you go.
Which sounds fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, they were in here yesterday. It does.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that's a kind of a big prize. So I'm going to try to figure out a question or something to ask you all. But hang in there. We'll do that on the other side of the break, and we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Tuesday will feature a mix of sun and clouds with a pleasant afternoon. The high 69 to 73. And mainly clear Tuesday night, low 47 and a few inland spots, mid-50s along the coast. Wednesday will be pleasant and warmer with sunshine and some clouds, high 73 to 77. Thursday, sunshine, some clouds, and warmer still, the high 78 to 82. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
Are you ready to discover a new class in assisted living? Then come and visit Canterfield of Ocala, 9589 Southwest Highway 200 in Ocala. Canterfield offers a neighborhood concept with different wings that offer higher levels of care based upon need. This brand new facility is the answer for today's seniors. Whether you're looking for yourself or a loved one, drop by or call today, 352-877-7100 to arrange a tour. It's truly a new class in assisted living.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
All right, 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, we were talking about trying to figure out a way to give out this pretty big prize here. So we have a way.
Yep.
And I'm not going to tell you what it is yet.
Not yet.
But I'm going to tell you what you need to do if you want to at least try to win this prize. There's 2 tickets to the theater to see the Fantastics, 2 tickets to see the Cirque Italia, and then $20 for Bob Wine's Community Gardens Nursery. All of that will go to one person. What you're going to need to do, though, is you're going to have to sign up to become a friend or whatever you call it.
Yeah, a member of the In the Garden page.
On Facebook.
Right, and I've got the page open, so if I see it come up,
Yeah, so you go to Facebook and you join the group, the In the Garden group. It's a closed group, but once you click the join button, Caroline will let you in. And then once you can see what's on that page, then in a few minutes, we're going to ask you something about that page. Robin's going to post a picture, and we're going to ask you a question about the picture. So
right.
Okay.
And you might, I was going to say, you put it on there. Can you put it on the OCA one too, just in case we got folks that may not be close enough to?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I was just thinking on on the OCA page in case.
If you're not close enough?
I don't know. To be able to, yeah, I guess that would make sense that they couldn't join while they're on their computer because they're on their computer.
No. You should be able to. You should be able to go because it serves a double purpose. We give away a prize
as well as
and we get people to join the In the Garden page.
And speaking of joining, it has nothing to do with joining, but that's about learning, though. The Florida Gardening 101 program's coming up the end of this month, the 30th through February the 3rd. But the registration deadline is coming up next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow. So if you're interested in Florida Gardening 101, where you'll learn about organic gardening, other gardening basics, caring for your Florida lawn, beautiful but invasive, which are plants to avoid, plant propagation, annuals and perennials, a selection of plants that thrive, here in Central Florida, how to prune your trees and shrubs, and palms that are recommended for Central Florida climate, and vegetable varieties for Marion County, as well as the insect and disease issues you may face for those plants. registration fee is $35 per person, $50 per couple, and these are non-refundable fees. The monies are going towards light refreshments as well as printing costs and things like that, cover materials. Registration date by the 18th. You can either call the extension office at 671-8400 or go to Eventbrite, and you should be able to find it, if you've ever used Eventbrite to sign up on
Sounds
things.
like fun.
Yep.
All right, we do have a phone call. Good morning. Thank you for calling. You're on there with Carol Ann.
Good morning. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning.
Listen, remember last year you told me to spank the trees. They'd have a lot of oranges to help them have oranges. Well, it worked.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
I like that.
Yeah, I spanked them like little children, and they're loaded with oranges. But
Fantastic.
I want to ask you another question. What can I do to get they're good? Oranges are good, but they're a little bitter. How can I get them to sweet? Put sugar around the tree.
No, to get them, you say they're a little bit bitter.
Well, they're not as sweet as I'd like. I mean, they're good oranges. I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it still tastes like an orange. It's just not quite as sweet. This cold weather should have, probably sweetened them up. They may not be quite ripe. They just may.
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting. I've been waiting. Somebody said to wait till it got cold and it'd be better. So I've been slowly just picking a few a day and eating them.
Right. I'd say give them a week or two. I mean, if they come off the stem in your hand when you just tip them up, or tip. You don't twist them, you don't yank them, you don't clip it. But if they actually come off in your hand, or they have some give, to them, that they're not hard like a baseball, but that they have a little bit of give to them, they should be ripe at that point.
Yeah, they're good oranges. I like one to be a little sweeter. But anyways, I got another thing. I had a grapevine, a large grapevine, and this year before it was loaded with grapes, and this year it had hardly any grapes in it. It's probably about 5 years old, but last year year before it was loaded with grapes. This year it didn't have hardly any on it. What am I doing wrong there? What did I do there?
Are you fertilizing it during the season? They like a lot. They're heavy feeders. They are heavy feeders with something like a 10-10-10. You're talking a couple of pounds per plant every time you're feeding, which is about 3 to 4 times during that growing season. This is the time of year to prune them back. So
that's probably what I need to do.
If you haven't pruned them, you do need to prune them back. There are some publications either online, or you can go down to an extension office and get them on how to prune the muscadines. But really, you're almost bringing them back to a skeleton, back to that scaffolding, where each of the long arms that are going down your line, your wire, are maybe 8 or 10 feet long, and then on those you're having shorter 6-inch to 8-inch smaller arms coming off, but they're going to be spaced approximately 10 inches to a foot apart down that line. And so you might need to take a look at a publication on that, but feeding them might be part of it. That, and possums and raccoons and squirrels and birds also love the grapes. So they may be getting to them before you're getting a chance.
Yeah, they're going down a long fence. It's a long fence. It's just one vine, but it's really been really growing and going down that fence. And I'll try. I trim every little branch. I trim them now before spring, though, and get them trimmed now.
Right, get them trimmed now. It's in January. This is the perfect time, and with that we've just had some cold. They shouldn't weep too much sap out of them, and even if they do, it's not a big deal to do. When you're doing that, first take off anything that's growing down below where they turn and go out on your fence, on the top of your fence. Anything below that is just taking up energy that could be making grapes.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need anything down there on that stem, because usually you come up with one single one, and if you're watching on the WCA page or find it on YouTube later, is a single stem going up your post or support, and then you trail both directions once you get to the top, and from that, that's your T. From there, going down the line, you will have opposite sides, you're going to have your smaller branches coming off of that, and you're going to take that all back to a scaffold. It looks pretty rough, looks kind of ugly at the end of it, but when you'll put your I'd probably, let's see, this is early January. I'd probably wait to put any fertilizer down, though, until about the 1st of March. But you're looking at using a couple of pounds of 10-10-10 fertilizer around each and every one of those.
That one root, the main root is big. It's big around, big as around as a beer can. You know, comes up out of the ground.
Yep, that's a nice show. I mean, those vines last for years. That's not hurting anything. But anything. Yeah, it's just and to come across on
but
those.
It's really going down this fence. It's going both ways down the fence.
Okay, you might need to bring that back. I mean, to something to about say 8 or 10 feet, and then just cut that off on both directions, and then work your other. But take off all the old vine, the real loose stuff first, and then you can come back through. It's almost like doing a haircut a little at a time. We take a little bit off, come back and look at it, and then start to get that down to what it's supposed to be. And even if you don't get it right, just the pruning's going to encourage all kinds of new growth, which should encourage better fruiting for the upcoming season.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, you're welcome. You too. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We have a prize, and we have a way for you to win the prize.
Right.
Did you see the picture Robin posted? Okay.
No, not yet.
So Robin posted a photograph on Facebook on the In the Garden site. So if you're not a member, become a member, and then I will ask the question about the picture. It is a picture that Robin took when she was down in South Florida. It says here it was in Fort Myers, so that gives you a real big hint right there. And all we're asking for, this is the home of a famous person. Robin went to visit this home
recently,
not too long ago. Yes. Yeah. Who's the famous person that
this is
the home of
residents? They're Florida residents.
Right.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's looking out into the Gulf of Mexico. That would be right.
Yeah.
Okay, in Fort Myers. Okay, so you can tell me who that is, who owns that famous home, or owned it.
Oh, yes.
Because they're not alive
Whose
anymore.
family, right. Whose
so
family
then you will get 2 tickets to the Fantastics at the Ocala Civic Theater, which sounds fantastic.
And it's sponsored by WOCA.
Thank you for remembering that. And then and then $20 for Bob Wines. I'll get this out. And then the other 2 tickets are for this really cool show for the traveling at Cirque Italia. It's like a trapeze show.
Right.
Okay.
Like a circus.
Oh, you got a lot of people wanting this. Okay, let me take one at random. Good morning. Do you know where that is?
Good morning. This is Kathy. Thomas Edison.
It is Thomas Edison's house. Very good. Wow. Yay. Wow, you got the whole prize package. How did you know that?
Oh, that's wonderful. I just know I visited that years and years.
Oh, you've been there before? Okay. I was gonna have to. I thought I was gonna have to drop hints like inventor.
Right. Like well, hey, look at there. Somebody who's visited the house before, so that's wonderful.
Very good.
Fantastic.
Yes.
And
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You've got the whole prize package. We'll have it here waiting for you, Kathy.
Okay, thanks.
All right, we will be right back.
Bye.
That was fun.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. President Obama gearing up for his televised farewell address tonight, which he'll give from Chicago. The president-elect's choices for some key cabinet posts getting confirmation hearings starting today. Committees looking at Attorney General nominee Senator Jeff Sessions and the pick for Homeland Security Secretary, retired Marine General John Kelly.
Meanwhile, the Trump transition team has announced the president-elect's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, will serve as White House senior advisor.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland. And Clemson fans celebrating last night's dramatic win.
Clemson dethrones and avenges Alabama.
With 1 second left.
Deshaun Watson finding Hunter Renfrow for the winning touchdown on ESPN. Clemson knocking off Alabama 35-31 in a rematch of last year's championship game.
Fox Radio's Chris Honig. Fox News, we report, you decide.
And now, Geico Savings Stories. Nikki Peasley was happily married to Scott. However, something between them changed after Scott spent 15 minutes on Geico.com.
Constant gifts, chocolates, flowers, like he discovered a cash tree.
Cash tree, indeed. Unbeknownst to Nikki, Scott had saved hundreds of dollars on their car insurance by switching to Geico.
His gifts never stop.
Geico. Spend 15 minutes and 15% or more in savings could be gifted to you.
As an entrepreneur, you're always on the go. So turn your mobile phone into a business phone system with Grasshopper, the entrepreneur's phone system. Make and receive business calls using our iPhone and Android apps. Get a new business number or keep your current one. Forward your calls to any phone and even get your voicemails transcribed. Join over 250,000 small businesses who stay connected with Grasshopper. See how it works at grasshopper.com, the entrepreneur's phone system.
Ad council.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. Let's get rid of those sun damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. It's time to get that new look started. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon, 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. And whether you're going on a job interview or out on a date, your hands do a lot of talking. Manicures are a must. Hello Gorgeous is a full-service salon, so let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Many parents-to-be apparently want their kids to have the most powerful names around. Popular right now are mythological names from gods and goddesses: Jupiter, Luna, Pandora, and Zeus. Falling in love does more than just give us butterflies. It gives us stress, insomnia, and it makes us feel drunk. As long as the food you're eating is healthy, it is perfectly fine to eat the same things over and over.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hi, this is Vanessa Lane Jennings with the Jennings Law Firm, located here in beautiful Ocala. Join me every single Friday at 10:30 for Legal Lane. We'll be discussing various legal topics such as family law, criminal law, contracts, and much more. So this is your chance to call in with your legal questions and have them answered. That's every Friday, 10:30, right here, WOCA, The Source.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952. 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. You live in a beautiful place. Look at that beautiful look at that sky. Isn't that beautiful?
Gorgeous. Yep. Another miserable day here in paradise. It is a beautiful day out there.
So congratulations to Kathy Cole. Yeah. She got the prize. She knew that was Thomas Edison's house,
right?
Which is kind of cool.
That is, because she'd been there before. She had visited it.
And I've never been there.
No.
I love going places. Have you ever been to like Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings' house or anything?
Yeah, but it was up there.
That's
I've been,
cool.
Years ago. Went to, I don't seem to go anywhere anymore.
You just think when you do, you go camping. But
on occasion.
But when you go to some place like you know that somebody well-known lived there.
Right.
It's just
it's always kind of, it's always fun.
So another person, Kathy, Snyder.
Snyder said, she
posted
posted a
dead
picture
leaves.
on her, about her banana tree, and
Cold weather got to that.
cold weather got, and at the Ag Center, the papaya and the bananas. Oh yeah, they look horrible. But she also asked about she purchased 2 apple trees from Bob Wines, the Anna and the Dorset, and those are apples that will thrive and produce in our area. I do think there are a couple of others maybe out on the market. A Tropic Sweet is another one, but they're a little harder to, I think the Tropic Sweet's a little harder to find. These are what we call low chill hour apples.
HOUR, like in 60 minutes?
Okay. Low chill hours, because we don't necessarily get that winter.
Doesn't it sound like a Chinese name? Lo Chill Hour. Doesn't it sound Chinese?
Hit number 43.
What?
Number 43, on the Chinese
on the menu.
medicine,
On the menu.
But these, the Anna Dorset, the Anna, the Golden Dorset, or the Tropic Sweet, they're looking at 300 to 400 chilling hours, which are temperatures below 45 degrees. In this winter, we haven't had a whole lot of those.
No.
So, but these are ones that, the varieties that will do well here. They were, what does it say? Anna and, because we used to have the Ein Schermer as well. That one you're not going to find too much. They were brought in from Israel, actually, in about 1967, and they do well in Central Florida, in Gainesville area, which would be us. The fruit's going to ripen in late June to early July. Those are not real big apples. 2 to 2.5, 2 1/3 inches. They're kind of a small apple. I think the ones you find in the supermarket, they're almost too big of an apple anyway. I want a little apple.
Not me. I love big apples.
A big apple, but
Well,
you don't
from
get
the
as
Big
many
Apple.
you don't get as many as a bag. And then the Golden Dorset was introduced from the Nassau, Bahamas, into Gainesville. When was that? I'm not sure. But they, again, the fruit shape on that one is similar to the Golden Delicious, ripens in late June in the Gainesville area. You need to have 2 apples. Now, orange trees and things like that, you can get away with having 1.
Really?
You don't need a pollinator. They're self-pollinating. But your apples have to cross-pollinate or, to get your fruit. And so you need the Anna and the Dorset, or a Tropic Sweet and one of the other ones, in order to get that pollination, so that you get a good fruit, good pollination to get decent fruit and a quality and quantity of fruit. Apples from seed don't come true to seed. So it's not something that you can go ahead and take your apple core, put it out in a pot, and grow an apple tree and expect a high quality fruit.
Oh, really?
It's just not gonna happen.
By the way,
I think they've all been cross pollinated.
The delicious apple is not the most delicious apple.
No, it's not. No.
I don't know which one is, but I did
I'm not
this
sure.
once.
I'm a fan of Granny Smith's.
The delicious apple might be the prettiest apple.
It might be. But it has a unique shape as compared to other apples.
But it's not the most delicious.
No, but it got its name before the other ones came about. Some of those.
Oh, you think that's what it was?
So yeah.
Or maybe somebody just trying to sell some apples.
It could have been right. It could have been a
We
marketing.
have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Yeah, good morning. Yes, and many of the commercial, most of them, the commercial apple growers grow from a graft.
Right.
The crab apple rootstock, and then they graft the one that they're going to grow.
Right. In order to get a nice hardy rootstock that would be disease resistant through the rootstock, and to get a maturity more quickly, make sure your grafted fruit a better way to go.
Have a good morning, all.
All righty, thank you.
So can anybody graft? I mean, could I graft?
You can learn. Yeah, grafting's not really that hard. I mean, and actually, the book that the university puts out is probably all of a half an inch thick. So it's not a big, and it's illustrated. It's not hard to do. It's practice, as well as being able to get the grafting material. The bud material and things like that, but it's really not that hard to do.
And looks like you got a few phone calls coming in. Let's take one at a time. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hello again.
Yeah.
See, back up in Wisconsin, I bought a home from an elderly couple that really were into gardening and everything else. And son of a gun, if they didn't have an apple tree in that backyard, it had 4 different apples growing on it.
That's a fantastic way to do it.
My personal opinion is I think the Macintosh is the nicest of all the apples, but it had Macintosh, Granny Smith, delicious, and I forget the other one, but 4 different apples growing on one, the kind of apples growing on one tree. I couldn't believe it when I seen it.
Well, that's a great way, because that way you get your pollination issue is taken care of. And because a tree can produce so many, who necessarily wants all of the same apple? You might want some that are for baking or canning, and some for sauce and things like that, or fresh eating also. So, and they may even ripen at least within a period of weeks of each other, so that you've got a nice extended ripening season for that. So, yeah, when it comes to apples, that'd be a fantastic way to go on that, would be to have a grafted. Unlike, to me, citrus, I don't think works as well with that.
Yeah, I know. It was kind of a neat experience up there. I had one neighbor, I got to have that kind of apple for my pie. The other neighbor had to have that kind of apple for sauce, so on and so forth. So, and there was enough apples for everybody. I mean, that tree just was unbelievable.
That's fantastic. That's the way to go. It's the way to go.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning, Carol Ann.
Morning, Sonny. Yeah.
I guess it's about time we better start thinking about what we're going to do for the upcoming spring, summer.
Right. Yeah, it is.
The only thing is, you followed the weather, and it says we're actually, I don't know how many degrees warmer than normal, but when we get these cold snaps, they are really cold.
Yes, yeah. And our plants, our landscape and such doesn't acclimate to that drop, because we have been warm and then it's been a sudden cold snap, unlike like say having this cold snap, and if we stay seasonably cool for a week or so and then we got another one, that one wouldn't be near as devastating as the one previous to it, because if you stay cold.
I think Sunday and Monday, yesterday was very cold for this area anyway.
Yes,
and we're going up into the 70s. I think tomorrow they said possibly 80.
Right, yeah. I don't think it, this time of year it doesn't stay up there. We might peak at that at, say, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It takes it all day to get there. And then as that sun begins to make its travels back down, it begins to cool rather quickly. So we really only get, up into those, I say in the mid-70s, you get that little spike that might last for an hour or so, and then it's on its way back down.
Well, anyway, thank you for what you're doing, and thank you for your programming, and thank you, WOCA.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sonny. Always good to hear from you. We're just about up to the third break. Can you believe it? Always goes so fast. Yeah.
But like Sonny says, it is time to begin to think about that stuff that's coming up in the spring and summer. And so maybe after the break we can get into some of that, what you might get into planting and preparing and everything else like that.
That sounds really good. Okay, we'll take a little break because it's summertime now. It feels like or spring anyway. I don't know. Feels like it. Anyway. All right, we'll take a little break. Carol Ann is here, and your phone calls are invited. When we come back from the break, we'll have about 12 minutes left in the show. We would love to hear from you. The phone number is 622-9622. 352 is the area code, so 352-622-WOCA. And we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Tuesday will feature a mix of sun and clouds with a pleasant afternoon, the high 69 to 73. And mainly clear Tuesday night, low 47 and a few inland spots, mid-50s along the coast. Wednesday will be pleasant and warmer with sunshine and some clouds, high 73 to 77. Thursday, sunshine, some clouds, and warmer still, the high 78 to 82. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, Hi, my name is Erica Olstein. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and oriental medicine. Do you have a gout-ridden toe or bowels that move too slow, creaky knees, or how about an asthmatic wheeze? Then acupuncture is sure to please. Come visit me, your primary care physician, Erica Olstein, at A Better You Healthcare. Call me at 352-615-5566. That's 352-615-5566.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson from Verizon. You work all day, right? So why would you want to spend your night out shopping for that new phone? Well, Marion County, let me and Verizon help you out. I can deliver to your home or office, saving you precious time. Phone, tablets, internet, home phones, even accessories. Whatever you need, we will deliver free of charge. Call me at the store, 352-528-0020. That's 528-0020.
You have that drip coming down from the corner of the room, but where did it start from?
Bone Dry Roofing can and will fix it right the first time using quality materials and will deal honestly and fairly with you, period. You can find Bone Dry Roofing on their website, bonedryroofingllc.com, and Facebook at Bone Dry Roofing LLC. Do it right before your roof needs a tarp to keep the elements out. Bone Dry Roofing stands behind the work to help make your home safe and secure, plus they have financing available. Remember, if you're not bone dry, then you're all wet.
If you or a loved one is suffering with knee, shoulder, neck or back pain, plantar fasciitis, peripheral neuropathy, and even tennis elbow, and would like to learn about how there are treatments that may benefit you, go to drjuanyordan.com, then listen in on the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. and hear from health professionals doing these treatments and patients who have benefited from them. First and third Thursdays, 10 a.m. Next Generation MD, right here on The Source.
Robin, how do you like my design?
You're designing a box?
That's not a box. It's a doghouse.
Rough draft for your rough? Sounds like you need personal service.
I do?
Yes, to print the blueprints. See Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can print blueprints, notarize permit applications, print and mail out invoices, and even provide great-looking business cards.
Personal Service Center. That's the one on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, right?
Just look for the yellow signs. Your pedigree palace will be a reality in no time.
12 minutes before 10 o'clock. Yeah, a little bit of cold temperatures, and we all get paralyzed. Right now it's 54 degrees, climbing to 71 today.
There you go.
And just looking ahead 2 days, Thursday, 80 degrees the expected high. So.
Yeah, and like I said, that gets up there and for a short while and comes back down.
So are we done? Do you think?
It's hard to say. We still have February to go. You know, January and February have a tendency to be our worst months for winter. So we have one more thunderstorm to get to, and then we should be ushering in the warmer weather. But until we get that thunderstorm, who knows?
Did you ever hear this, that the Gulf Stream is slightly less saline or salty, than the rest of the ocean? Have you ever heard that?
I think I have. I'm not sure.
Well, how is that? Why is that? I mean, the water doesn't mix with it?
I'm not sure if the way it comes up from the depths.
So there's actually a river in the ocean.
There's
it goes from the Gulf
lakes.
all the way up through the Atlantic Ocean up to Norway or something, right? And then it comes back down.
But you figure the glaciers are.
Is that what it is? That they're melting
possibly
fresh water and entering into that thing?
Through. That's quite possibly.
Which I don't know.
Because I don't know a whole lot about the jet.
So it has nothing to do with plants, but it has to do with us staying warm.
With that being surrounded by.
Right. Well, not
water.
The salty part. I guess the salty part doesn't
do much with it, but just.
Well, maybe it does. Maybe if it was as salty as the rest of the ocean, it would just kind of diffuse, and maybe that's what keeps it a stream.
Could be that keeps that sepeate. Could
I don't know.
Could be. But you'll have to get somebody who's
somebody
an
who knows more about
in.
it.
But no, coming in. We're still early January. But next thing you know, you blink your eye and we're pushing February and March, and there are some things you can do, in the garden or get ready to. All the seed catalogs. It's somebody had. Posted something and said, when the seed catalogs, it's gardener's porn. That they look forward to these catalogs and flip through them and enjoy them and read all the descriptions of the different new flowers or vegetables or whatever they're going for. and it, it's just one of those little amusing kind of things. But if you're planning, get down there, sit down with either your favorite program on, design program on your computer, or old school it like me, and get out the graph paper and the ruler and mark out what you think you want to do. Contemplate how many plants you might need for it. Consider your spacing if you're doing a new bed. If you're planning a new bed while it's cool out, this is a good time to mark that out. Get the sod dug out of there. You can do the layers where you're putting, if you're going to make it more of like a raised bed, put your cardboard or newspapers down, put your soil on there. And if you get, you can go ahead and get started if you're putting some of your hardier perennials or shrubs, your focal plants in there that are sturdier. And you can get those started, incorporate your micro irrigation into these projects, and or adjust your sprinkler systems, within your micro irrigation. Get rid of those ones that pop up and just spray all over the place, and convert down. Because even though, this year to me, we were dry. This winter, we've been dry. I think we are under what we should be getting. Central Florida, our area, we're supposed to get approximately 52 inches of rain a year, and it usually happens in that 3 to 4 month period. Mm-hmm. Most of it does. And I just feel like we were pretty dry this last year, and could be going into a drier period for the next couple of years, and that's
But by the way, this is almost borderline political. But you read reports that the oceans are rising, right? And they will say absolutely positively the oceans are rising. Right. Then they show pictures. There was a pictorial of New Orleans showing watery areas, and they show dried lake beds to indicate that the water is rising. How is that? How is a dried lake bed showing me that the water is rising? Well, it doesn't. That doesn't even make sense.
Not real sure.
It's like around here we had, like now it's a little bit healthier because Orange Lake was way down.
Way down.
And Lake Bonneville in Rainbow Lakes Estates, I know not too many people know about that one.
Right.
But I used to go there when I was a kid.
Right.
And I walked it. I walked through the middle of what used to be the lake, but now it's got water back in it.
Sure. And that does, it takes several years for those to accumulate the water back in. I think Orange Lake, it took the year of having the 4 tropical storms come through to dump enough rain on us to bring that up. That and is it Orange Lake, the one with the sinkhole in it?
Yes, I think that's what they say.
And so, put the cork in there. Somebody quit tugging on the chain so that it doesn't quit leaking down. It's a giant water retention pond, I guess is what you could almost call it. I guess so, yeah. And right now the retention areas do have water in it. Yeah, I try not to pay attention to those when you do see that. No, we don't have enough fresh water, I guess is what it is what they're saying, is that the seas may be rising, but the seas, I guess, have no effect on the fresh water inland. I don't know.
Well, maybe that's why the seas are rising. Maybe the lakes are draining into the ocean.
And filling it up.
I don't know. It just didn't seem like it was illustrating the point to me very well.
Too much.
Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
This is Sonny again.
Yeah.
When I first came to Florida, Orange Lake was still one of the big attractions for the freshwater bass.
Yeah, bass fishing. Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah.
And ever since the sinkhole opened up, a lot of people went out of business that ran those fish camps and everything up there, rented boats, etc.
Oh, yeah. That was that several years that there was a lot of places. You're right, that went out.
That makes sense.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, well, when you had to walk to get to the water from the end of the boat dock, you're not going to rent too many boats out there.
Yeah,
but one of the big things was the Alachua and Marion County, the commissioners couldn't get together to put a fix in there, and that would have been putting in a large conduit to raise the opening of that sinkhole up so that the lake would fill up and then go into the sinkhole. So virtually there would have been ideal place for fishing and living on a lake, because it would never got any higher than that big conduit pipe they were supposed to put in.
That it would have that would have been like the overflow of the lake more than anything. When you get county governments that can't get along, or that they could have managed to plug it. I think also, and I heard that too. Again, they could not seem to come to an agreement on who was going to foot the bill or the most of the bill and how to do it. So.
Well, anyway, that's it's how things change when as time goes on. And if you're here long enough, you just see you really have to scratch your head in a lot of instances the way government works here. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Never mind Mother Nature.
Right.
Have a good day.
Thanks.
Nice.
Yeah, this is kind of a mystery, huh?
Right. Just one of those kind of things. But just wait and see in the garden of what damage went on. Don't get out there and get gangbusters with the pruners and the clippers. Let the dead stuff be there. It's the banana leaves will hang down, helping to further insulate that tree. If your perennials took a good hit, just leave that. Those are protecting anything down at the bottom, any of the new growth, because you may find out in another couple of weeks you're going to start to get some new growth coming up out of that bottom. And if you cut off all that dead stuff too early, we get cold. Where's that cold going to go but down into that new growth, killing that off, killing the whole plant. So keep your hands off. Keep it, just keep an eye. Just try not to touch anything right now. Give it a chance to do its thing, and wait to prune until at least mid-February, because you never know when we're going to get that cold snap come back through.
Yeah. So and we don't even really know. I mean, even the Farmer's Almanac is
right. It's hard to say what's going to happen. You get one thing that if it doesn't melt enough in one location and they get another blast, does that bring it further down, or we warm up too much and the next one comes through so it can just scooch right on in? Who knows?
We've got about 2 minutes left in the show. We used to get Farmer's Almanacs by the box. Remember? They used to send us a bunch of them.
And now, this time I think we got this one.
Yeah, I think we got one.
Yeah, that was it. But, I guess
they used to be more generous with them.
Yes.
But I wonder, is it almost like being superstitious to depend on the information in there? Or is that actually dependable information?
It's a good guidebook. I mean,
it's fun to read.
It's a fun
because
read.
of all the extra articles.
Right. But it is a good guide.
Once a year, though, right?
Yeah, the book comes
or is it
out
4 times a year? Is it once a season?
No, it's once a year. It comes out once a year. It's a good guidebook. It gives you a good opportunity. If you go by the moon sign planting dates, there's nothing wrong with that. It's the way the moon.
The way they've done it, right?
Yeah, and that they have found over hundreds of years that this stuff does work. I mean, there's some people who swear by it. They won't plant unless it's on this. There's other folks, where we say our last expected frost date is the 15th of March. There are some people out there that say, I don't care when you say the last frost date is. I'm not planting until after that full moon.
Right, there you go.
And I know at that point that I'm not going to freeze. So it's, how much do you want to push your luck? How many times have you gotten lucky when you did, plant a little early? So it just,
by the way, what's the tape on your hands? What's that?
It's, kinesiology tape. My carpal tunnel is back.
Kinesiology?
Kinesiology.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The science of, the kinesiology tape.
So you can still do your gardening with it?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't, it's a sports medicine kind of thing. So.
Well, once again, Carolyn, thank you for a great show.
Always.
And those who don't know, join the Facebook page, In the Garden on Facebook. You'll find it. Just join that. Carolyn will say, "Okay, you're in. Just don't start selling stuff."
Right.
Post pictures of plants. That's my favorite.
That's right. Ask questions.
My favorite part of that site.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Carolyn.
Thanks, Larry.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.